Welcome to Biz Jet TV. My name is Fabrizio Poli, and today I'd like to kick off 2021 with some really good news. That's why we've got some Biz Jet news for you here. 5 items of news with my commentary on what's already just happened this year, and so we wanted to bring you some positive news with all the bad stuff that's happening in the world. We want to uplift you a bit and see that business is going to be prospering in the next few years, and the private jet is going to play a key role, and that's why you need to watch this episode of Biz Jet TV. But if you're here for the first time, welcome, and welcome to you all. Subscribe to Biz Jet TV if you haven't done so already, and we'd love to hear your comments. So comment below at the end of the video, and also any recommendations, suggestions. We are more than welcome to hear from you and get some new ideas that we can bring to you here on Biz Jet TV. But that's all from me on this intro. Let's get straight into the meat of this episode about Biz Jet news. Off we go. Well, we start today with some supersonic news, where the FAA are now approving supersonic testing. So what does that mean? That means you can fly supersonic over the United States. They're establishing some corridors where this can be done for flight testing only, okay, which is a big step forward. And the first corridor is being established over Kansas, where you can fly your airplane up there and fly supersonic. So this is a big step forward because, as you know, civilian supersonic flight over the United States has been banned up until recently. And so this is now going to be allowed for flight testing. They want to see how the tests go, what the environmental impact is going to be, how these new designs go through the sound barrier, what type of noise pollution happens as a result of that. So they thought, we'll just let you do some flight testing, we'll see the results, and then we'll take it from there. But it's a great step forward, in particular for those entrepreneurs that have invested in this type of ventures like Boom Aerospace, Aerion, and that are building these prototypes, starting flight testing. It's great because they don't only have to go and launch over the Atlantic or the Pacific Ocean to test their airplanes. They can also test it across and over land in the United States. So that's a great piece of news there for those of you that are keen on the supersonic aircraft and can't wait to be able to buy a supersonic private jet. But that's coming soon. And if you haven't checked out videos I've done on supersonic air travel and that, just click on the link above, and that will take you to one of them. And there's more here on Biz Jet TV. Second piece of news, we're going to talk about Wheels Up. Wheels Up have been acquiring a number of companies over the last 12 months. They've just acquired Mountain Aviation in Colorado, which operate a number of private jets and also have an MRO, which is a maintenance, repair and overhaul facility. This basically quadruples their Citation 10 fleet. And this follows the acquisition of TMC, Delta Private Jets and Gamma Aviation, which were completed last year by Wheels Up, and now the Wheels Up fleet is over 335 aircraft. So interesting to see this investment happen. Next, Bombardier just completed the acquisition of a new maintenance facility at Berlin Brandenburg Airport. This is a 15,000 square meter facility, or 160,000 square feet. So large facility, employs over 240 people. This is, in addition to the site they just created over in Melbourne, Australia, and the expansions they've been doing over in Singapore and London. So Bombardier putting more money into these maintenance facilities around the world, which could service all the Bombardier private jet aircraft. Next is private equity group Blackstone, who invested over $4 billion in Signature Aviation, which is a company that owns FBOs, which are private jet terminals or fixed base operators, which is what FBO stands for around the world. Interestingly enough, Bill Gates invested in this company back in 2009. So we're seeing Blackstone, which is this big private equity group, putting money into private aviation. That's something very interesting that's happening following, what... so we've got Bill Gates putting money into private aviation, his company expanding, teaming up with Blackstone, and then we've got NetJets, which I've already talked about a few months ago, that have decided to increase their fleet by 30%. And then we've got Jet-It, which is a fairly new company. They have a fleet of Honda jets. They just took delivery of another 6 Honda jets to increase their fractional ownership program. It's purely based on the Honda jet. They're running throughout the United States now and intend to open up in Europe very soon as well. So all Honda jet fleet. Fractional ownership, interesting model. an interesting investment. So what's my take on all this? So we're seeing, Supersonic is here. So, that speed, the wheels up investment, buying up companies and getting them working together. That's another trend we're seeing. We're seeing Bombardier, one of the private jet manufacturers, investing more in maintenance facilities to service those aircraft that are already out there and those that are coming on the market. You've got the private equity group there, Blackstone, putting money into private aviation. You've got these new startups like Jet, coming on the market with a new product. Fractional ownership with Honda Jets, which no one has done before. So we're seeing new stuff. We're seeing stuff that's already here expanding. We're seeing development of Supersonic. So all these are quite clear indicators that the private jet market is going to expand. And, there's 514,000 people in the world that are over $30 million. You may be one of them, and that's why you're watching Biz Jet TV. Private aviation is going to be expanding. I think the whole lockdown has brought a lot of people to think about, traveling with a private jet. A lot of people can afford it, don't actually have one. So this is why, all these bigwigs are investing money in the business of private aviation, because they know where this is going to go over the next few years. So the question is, are you and your team going to be traveling by private jet or not? As I always say, you can contact me and we can schedule a one-to-one call and get specific on your aviation needs. If you haven't subscribed to Biz Jet TV, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel and comment below. We love to hear from you. What do you think about these pieces of news? Where things are going to go in the next few years. Any suggestions you may have for videos, we'd more than welcome your ideas, and see if we can produce some more content and better content for you. We're always here to improve. And give us a thumbs up at the end of this video. That helps the channel grow in popularity. And that's all from Fabrizio Poli on Biz Jet TV, and I'll see you on the next one.